tell us just the feeling again of casting your vote, democratic South Africa is something that we must never take for granted, surely?
It's always good to get this opportunity to participate in developing this project called Democracy of South Africa. And I'm happy that I'm going to vote today. And I see that the lines are getting longer, ready to vote. It's gratifying to see that people are still supporting this project.
I see you're surrounded by ANC members there. What's going on? Who are you actually voting for?
No. Don't worry about that. I play golf even with the president of the ANC, but I still remain a UDM member. So why would I chase them around if they see me as their hero?
All right, and just very last from me, are you hopeful? Or do you think you've done enough as a party? Just also the campaigning season, as parties, do you think that, you played fair as parties to try and make sure that you get the votes that you need?
Firstly, I think I should thank the role of other political parties in these elections. I think the campaigns were relatively smooth as compared to previous years where we had no-go areas in certain areas. But if we had resources at our disposals, I'm sure we would have even covered other areas.
General, going into these elections, which issues do you believe will most heavily weigh on voters' minds when they make their decision?
I think it's going to be a question of trust, first of all, is to say who can we trust to take South Africa forward, to address issues such as unemployment, and of course the issue of our faltering economy. And who do we think that you would have a better ingredient to take us out of this quagmire?
Corruption, a big one, certainly with what we've been hearing at the State Capture Commission of Inquiry. How do you think that will play in the minds?
Well, if one judges what has been said in the media, I think the people of South Africa are fed up with the people who claim to be liberators of this country, yet they are participating in looting the resources of the country. It's an embarrassment, in fact.
Just to follow up on Barry, do you think the ANC is going to be punished for state capture?
Well, it will be punished definitely by the middle class. I'm not sure at the lower levels, because the people there are always threatened that if you don't vote ANC, we will take away your grant.
General, Heidi Jockers from eNCA. Are you happy with the process so far, given the fact that special votes took place yesterday, as well as is the UDM interested in any coalition going forward?
The events of yesterday need to be looked at thoroughly, because there are issues which makes us uncomfortable, especially surrounding the scandal in Limpopo. What I have suggested to other leaders is that the counting for special votes should be separated. And in doing so, they must also ask the IEC as to how were the ballot papers distributed to each VD station, so that we can collate those ballot papers with those ones we saw being put in separate card boxes at night yesterday. So, but it's still early to press panic buttons. As far as the coalitions are concerned, well, it will depend as to whether there is a need for that in the first instance. Maybe there will be a party which will clean everything. In the event that there will be a need for coalition, we are ready to get into discussions on that, as we did in 2016.
General Alex from News 24, I just wanted to know if I could maybe draw you into commenting on, there has been a lot of talk about there might be a low voter turnout with a lot of political apathy again. We did see that in 2016, specifically directed to the ANC. Just want to know what is your take on that? Do you believe that there might be a lower voter turnout?
I'm more worried about the instability which we are witnessing here on a daily basis, where people are being told not to go and vote. To what extent will that have an impact on today's voting? But if the ANC continues to lose people, it's good for our democracy, because automatically you are improving the checks and balances, which would force them not to dominate the politics in this country. What we need to avoid here is not to have a one-party dominance. One-party dominance breeds corruption, as we have witnessed in the last 10 years in particular. Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Thank you, General.
Thanks.